Hello YouTube, my name is Hero and today we are going to be going over what is the best main hand weapon crystals. Now, last video we talked about the best offhand crystal and it was a lot more cut and dry with the offhands. However, with the main hands there are a few options that are actually very viable and are still debated on to this day even though they've been out for a long time. Okay, so let's get right into it. The most viable options for your main hand weapon would be, one of them would be, of course, a power crystal that gives 5 AP, and of course you could turn that into a red battlefield crystal, which would of course give you 5 AP and 2 human damage. So pretty much that's what that would give. And then you can also get a precision gem, which supplies you with accuracy as well as ignore resistance plus 10%. These two are the most highly debated main hand weapon crystals, but there's also another which would be Karma, which could cap out your crit. Say for example, if you needed one more crit, Karma could cap out your crit for you, for example, or your attack speed if you needed one more attack speed. So these 3 gems are usually the only gems PvPers will ever put in their main hand weapons. Of course, you can put extraction gems and absorption gems, which give mana and HP back respectively, but those are usually only for PvE. When it comes to PvP, these are usually the only crystals that people ever consider putting into their weapons. So let's start out with what I think would be the most important of these now, from my experiences. So let's say you don't have 4 crit. Like, even when you eat your food, when you put your costumes on, everything's all done, and you don't have 4 crit or you don't have 4 attack speed, then you're gonna have to sacrifice a weapon slot to fulfill that, whether it be through a Karma or not. You need to get 5 crit. I think that's more important than anything else that you could put in your gem slot, as well as 5 attack speed or 5 cast speed, whatever. Those are more important than anything else that you could put into your weapon slots. So therefore, that would be first on the list for me as priority. It would be Karma or whatever other crystal you want to do to max out your crit and attack speed. Now let's say your crit and attack speed is maxed without worrying about these crystals. Say for example, if you've used your costume to supplement the losses, that's fine. So then the only 2 options that would be left would be either Black Spirit powered crystal or precision crystal. Now this is where the debate comes in. A lot of people will say that the accuracy crystal is better because, well, it gives you 2 accuracy, which is hard to get elsewhere, and also gives you 10% ignore resistances so that your CCs can land a little bit more often, while others will say they'd rather not play around with RNG and just have a pure increase in damage, which would be the red battlefield crystals and the power crystals that give a flat 5 AP. I've tested both of these gems myself extensively. I've gone back and forth between them, and I've come to the conclusion personally that the AP gems are a bit better just because you don't have to play with the RNG. You can pretty much immediately see that there is an increase in damage with those 2 5 AP gems into your weapons. However, with the accuracy gem, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes the accuracy means more than the AP, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on your build and who you're fighting against. However, the AP never depends on anything. It's always good to have more AP, as long as you're hitting your targets and you have enough accuracy to do so. And the ignore resistance has still been yet to be tested. I've yet to see someone actually I've yet to see someone actually map out a graph for this in my life. However, I have seen some tests for the AP crystal, and they do in fact increase damage actually quite dramatically, a lot more than you think it would. So in conclusion, once again, it is up to personal preference, but me personally, I do honestly believe that the power gems are a bit better no matter what class you play, honestly, because it's just a guaranteed increase in damage. There's no maybe it's working, maybe it's not. It's just 100% increase in damage. So if your attack speed and crit are capped out, I'd recommend you focus on the power gems instead. However, it is up to you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think is the best main hand crystal? I'd love to hear you guys' opinions. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you check out my live streams. I'm streaming pretty much every day on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe if you liked. See you guys next time. It's your boy Hero. Peace.